Greetings. My name is Mike Patella. I am the founder of Christian Business Connect, and this is our January 18th edition of Meet the Member. And today we have Julie Nemeth of Nemeth Marketing. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Before we start off, is there anyone that you want to say hi to?
I think my parents are watching, so I don't get to say good morning to my mom and dad every morning. So hi, Mom and Dad.
There you go. Nice and seamless, right?
And this is my friend Mike.
Hey, nice to meet you. Anyway, Julie, I guess tell Facebook, CBC, everyone watching a little bit about you and your company.
Well, we're a full-service marketing and public relations company. Obviously, that encompasses all the digital aspects now. And we love to go in and help people grow their brand from a marketing perspective. We do website development, social media planning. We have a designer that can develop logos, integrate logos into all the platforms that we needed to be integrated into, local directories to get you mapped on Google and Yahoo and all those wonderful things. We do a lot of planning. I love to go in and do high-level strategic planning, and we do the implementation of that. So we just look at your whole business, what are your objectives, and we go in and develop strategic marketing and PR plans.
So basically anything marketing related, you guys handle.
Yes, well, for full service, we handle it.
That's awesome. What got you into this?
Wow. Wow, I don't know. Wow, I landed my first job at Ford Motor Company, and it was in their communications network. At the time, Ford had the largest intercompany communications network to their employees throughout the world globally, so it was pretty fun.
Nice.
And my next job I landed was in healthcare public relations, and obviously PR and marketing are integrated. So my career just went from there. And I always knew that one day I would want to get married and have children. And my last job, before I had my first son, I was the marketing director of Great Lakes Crossing. So you can imagine the hours that I was working there. And given we're just through Christmas, you can imagine the hours I worked at Christmas time. And Christmas planning starts in July. So I knew that I couldn't do that job and be the kind of mom I wanted to be, for my children. And I had already been incorporated. I'd been working full-time knowing that I wanted to be incorporated. I incorporated in 1992. So I was working full-time and freelancing on the side before I was married and making relationships and developing this. And then when I went on my maternity leave with my first son, I decided that it was time to take it full-time.
That's awesome.
So I've been very, very blessed. I have a wonderful work-life family balance, and I'm in control of it.
Now, is that your favorite thing about what it is you do, or is there something else that exceeds that?
Oh, yes.
Well, tell us about it.
I know. I'm my own boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get to go out and be a blessing to others, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I can build my own brand persona. I can tell people what I do, who I am, and this is what our company is based on. And I look for people to work for me that have the same philosophies.
And that helps. And Julie has done some work for Christian Business Connect, and it's been tremendous. It's been very, very helpful. We even have a Snapchat filter now, which I know Kelsey is extremely excited about, talks about it all the time. Yeah. And we could not have done that without Julie. So,
yes.
Obviously, there's a lot of advantages to being your own boss and having flexibility and the freedom that you've had. Now, everything has a disadvantage too. Now, what's your least favorite thing about being self-employed or marketing or?
Well, with marketing, there's a few things. I mean, marketing, it's all real-time data. I mean, in the old days, we would count coupons. We would, go to the doctor's offices when I'm in healthcare and see how many new patients they got, and we were going through numbers, right? But now everything's on a dashboard. I mean, our results are pretty much instant, right?
That helps.
So there's a lot of pressure because of that, which it's wonderful because I'm a data geek. But at the same time, there's a lot of pressure from the client perspective, right? Because you got to produce.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no question how you're producing either, right? So I remember Great Lakes Crossing, even then we would just count coupons, so it's a different day. And of course, managing every detail of the business. You never let it go. It's you're an entrepreneur, it's a 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week job.
Yes.
You're responsible for other people. You're responsible for your client's livelihood. It's not like you can necessarily clock out all the time. I always feel very accountable to them, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely. There's always an advantage in that.
Right.
How do you overcome these stresses? What do you do to get over the I guess, the rough parts of being
Well, I just
self-employed.
remind myself how blessed I am. Like, oh my gosh, I can leave at 3:30 and go coach my daughter's basketball team, right?
Yeah, that is.
So how blessed am I?
Not everyone can do that.
Not everyone can do that. I can work after the kids go to bed. Thank God for our laptops and our connectivity with technology. You know what I mean? You have to look at the blessings of it.
Yeah.
When you start feel overwhelmed, you got, wait, whoa, stop, time out. How blessed am I?
Yeah, you definitely have to maintain those positive outlooks
That's
on
right.
everything. And
That's right.
Sounds like you've done it because you've been in business for quite some time now.
Yes, I have. 27 years.
Yeah.
When I did the numbers, I'm like, 27 years. I got to tell how did that happen?
I mean, not a lot of companies even make it to 5. So the fact that you've done more than 5 times that is, that's a true testament to your ability and commitment to it. So.
Right, and 16 years, out on it full time. So I'm pretty blessed.
So with that being said, obviously there are other marketing companies out there, and you've been in business quite some time. What do you think you've done to set yourself apart from your competition?
I've seen enough. A lot of time we're called in to maybe clean up messes sometimes.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't understand the best practices. Some people don't even understand, especially the digital age. People don't necessarily understand the digital side of the business. And I've seen other companies just take advantage of clients who have the money, in one instance, one of my clients had a bad review and she panicked and wanted it bumped down, but she paid somebody a lot of money that didn't necessarily, and that supplier or vendor didn't say no, so we don't go in. We go in and I'm a vessel for Christ. I've got to go in there and represent him. I've been given this life and this body to go represent him. So I have to go in there and do my best that I can for them with a lot of integrity and honesty and forthrightness too, right?
That is definitely a way to say no.
Yes.
So how do you, obviously our tag is be more through Christ. How do you use your business to be more through Christ, based on the interactions you just kind of referenced?
Well, I've been blessed. I had wonderful parents, my mom and dad who raised me. I have a family that loved me. I had a community, my home congregation. My husband and I both grew up there together. I knew my in-laws for a long time, from a little girl on. I've been so blessed with that community. I've been blessed with my education. I went to the University of Michigan. I got my graduate work done at Michigan State. I've got certifications in philanthropy from Indiana University. Look at all these blessings I've been given. I'm certified from 2 national firms in crisis management from the public relations perspective.
Nice.
My jobs have been phenomenal.
And
how blessed have I been?
Very.
Do you know what I mean? And so,
very.
Because of those blessings, I got to turn that around. It's like God has given me all these abilities. How can I go use those again and make an impact on others and be a vessel for him? There's no question in my mind what I need to do. Right?
That's awesome.
That's how I am because of Christ.
And
right?
You are, definitely. And that's, and I know you're involved in your community and your church quite a bit, from my understanding.
Right.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, that's another thing. We're more through Christ as Nemeth Marketing because we tithe back. One of our largest pro bono clients is Habitat Oakland County, Habitat for Humanity Oakland County, I should say. So we go out, and maybe those people who didn't have the same type of journey I've had with a wonderful family and a supportive church community, a supportive community, that raised me to be who I am today. Maybe somebody didn't have that, and maybe they need to find that shelter for their family that they need. So we've given back, and we've been blessed to put former homeless families into a home in Clarkston, where we're based out of in Clarkston. I've met, one of our Army vets, a single mom with 3 children who's doing wonderful work in the social work sector. She couldn't afford a home. We were able to raise the funds as Nemeth Marketing and provide a home through Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County. These people assume their mortgages. We're not handing out anything. We're handing up to them, and we're getting them on track to pay that forward too.
That's awesome.
And so that's some of the work that we give back. We give a lot back to CBC, Christian Business Connect.
She's been very helpful.
Yeah, and that's we do that on a pro bono basis, and it's just we believe in this connectivity of community, whether it's my local geographic community, whether it's my business community through CBC. So that's what we have to do. Like I said, how we've been blessed. What do we do with all these blessings? How do we do the right thing with them?
Sounds like you're making the most of it.
We're trying.
And that's tremendous. That's the best way.
That's what we're called to do.
Correct. You're right.
Right. Yeah.
So kind of going back to a couple things. You mentioned you went to U of M and then MSU.
But we don't talk about the other side.
Okay, I just wanted to make
We
sure
don't
if
talk
you
about
had
my-
a preference.
We don't talk about my graduate degree.
Okay.
Actually, I almost said, let's bring out your Michigan chair.
I do
so
have
I can
Michigan-
sit at this.
I'm neutral, just to clarify, so no one attacks me later.
Right. I do bleed blue though. If I get cut here, it will come out blue.
That's
Right.
we won't experiment.
Right.
Another quick question.
Sure.
You mentioned you're based in Clarkston.
Yeah.
Do you just cover Michigan? Is it just Oakland County, Macomb County? Do you cover all over the place?
No, we have done national work. The
Nice.
connectivity. I mean, you get connected to a client, and we've been connected to some national work. We've done, internal marketing campaigns, employee campaigns for HR departments. We can do SEO, SEM nationwide. Everything is geofenced. I mean, again, go back to our digital capabilities.
Right?
Yeah, it takes us everywhere. We've done work for companies based in Connecticut. Montana. I've done work in Montana.
That's a nice reach.
Yeah. So I mean, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. Technology has definitely been a blessing.
It opens up a lot of doors. So.
It does.
So we never squelch ourselves. We're open to anybody and anything. So even if you know somebody in California, call us. We'll help them from a very Christian-based perspective.
Oh, that's awesome. Any other final news, notes, tips, anything you want to share with CBC, Facebook, whoever's watching before we head up?
Yeah, I just think everybody needs to know the importance right now of artificial intelligence. I think we need to take a minute to talk about that.
Well, let's have it.
We all have our new friends, Alexa, Siri, and Cortana, right? And how do we get connected to them? How do you get your information to them? It's so valid. I mean, it's so important for your business right now. I can't even stress it. There are 100 million Alexases out there in the world right now. 100 million.
Most popular baby name or something, right?
Right. I know. So 100 million. Just think of the power of that for your brand and where it can take you. And to have your information accurate and to be in the best practices situation for your business. I just can't stress it enough. It's like when the iCloud was developed, right? And all the businesses had to have their data on the iCloud to be efficient and share data. It's the same with Alexa and Siri, and you can't avoid it.
Yeah, business is astonishing, especially with stuff like that and how it keeps advancing. And it's a good thing companies have other companies like you out there.
Well, yeah, and just think of where our technology has taken us just the last 2 years. I mean, you didn't know you didn't know Alexa 2 years ago.
I don't think
she wasn't your friend.
Yeah, no.
2 years ago. And just that human-computer interaction that everybody's developing now, and the skills we need to give Alexa. We need to give her the skills to be able to talk to you, right?
Exactly.
It's unbelievable.
Well, that's awesome. Well,
The miracle of technology.
If you haven't met Julie yet, she's great to have a conversation with. She and I constantly interrupt each other, but it's...
Did we interrupt?
No,
Yeah,
I think
you
it's
did
pretty
okay.
good this time. Yeah, I'm actually impressed. But you can find her, I believe she's tagged in this post and probably several other posts. You can find her at christianbc.com in our directory. And I'm sure a variety of other ways.
Yes.
So I'm sure if you Google her, she'll pop up.
I hope so.
Yeah, right? So in the meantime, enjoy the snow for those in Michigan and have a great week. God's blessings. So long, Kelsey.